Hello, Hamilton Township School District families, and welcome! The new school year is right around the corner, and we know you've probably got some questions. Well, we're here to help. This quick guide has all the key info you need to get started on the right foot.
To kick things off, Superintendent Dr. Scott Rocco said something that really puts it all in perspective. The kindergartners walking through our doors for the very first time this year are the graduating class of 2038. Think about that for a second. It's just a powerful reminder of the incredible journey we are all starting together.
So, here's a quick roadmap of what we're going to cover. We'll start with the nuts and bolts of the first few days. Then we'll break down that brand new high school schedule. After that, we'll talk about the district's big focus for the year, run through some key family updates, and wrap up with how you can get connected.
Okay, let's dive right in. First up, the first day's back. We're going to get right into the essential dates and times you'll need for a super smooth start to the year.
All right, get those calendars out. The big day, the official first day of school for all students across the district is Thursday, September 4th.
Now here's a really key detail for that first week. Both Thursday the 4th and Friday the 5th are one-session days. That means everyone gets out early. So for elementary schools, dismissal is at 1:15 p.m. Middle schoolers get out at 12:45 p.m., and our high school students will be dismissed at 12:04 p.m.
Okay, now for the big one. Let's talk about the new high school schedule. This is probably the biggest change we'll see this year, and we're going to break down exactly what this means for you and your student.
So what in the world is a block schedule?
Well, the easiest way to think about it is a day 1 and day 2 rotation. Instead of trying to cram every single class into one day, students will now have 4 longer 80-minute classes each day. This lets them spread their entire course load over 2 days.
And this really shows you the difference. Last year, it was a whirlwind of about 8 different 40-minute classes every day. This year, it's a much more focused 4 classes a day, but for a full 80 minutes each. The whole idea here is to give students more time for deep learning in each subject, with a lot less time spent just rushing from one class to the next.
Now I know what you're asking, what about lunch? It's now part of a big 1-hour block right in the middle of the day, and that hour is split into 2 30-minute chunks. So students will have lunch during one of those periods, and then they'll have an activity period in the other for things like getting extra help or meeting with clubs.
So we've talked about the how of the new schedule. Now let's get into the why. This next part is all about our focus on student success and how all these daily routines connect back to the district's big goals for the year.
This year, the district is really rallying everyone, staff, students, and you, the families, around 3 core commitments. Just 3 simple but super powerful areas of focus to make sure every single student can succeed.
So what are they? First, a real focus on academics, that daily effort on schoolwork. Second is attendance. You gotta be there to learn, right? So being present and on time is huge. And third, fostering positive student behavior, all built on a foundation of respect. These 3 pillars are what we believe will make this an absolutely fantastic year.
All right, switching gears to Section 4, Key Family Updates. Think of this as your rapid-fire round of need-to-know info on everything from the cafeteria to Chromebooks and the nurse's office.
First up, a really big change in food service. A new state law in New Jersey now requires all families, yes, everyone, to complete either a school meal application or an opt-out form. To sweeten the deal, any class that hits 90% completion on those forms gets a free snack. It's also really important to know that the income guidelines have expanded, so please check and see if your family might qualify for free meals. And finally, to go with the new schedule, our high schools will have new grab-and-go stations.
Now for tech. Here's the scoop on Chromebooks. All students in grades 3 through 12 will be taking their devices home this year. And for all our students entering 1st, 5th, and 9th grades, you'll be getting brand new devices during that first week of school.
Okay, and now for a couple of really crucial reminders from our fantastic school nurses. First, please make sure your child's immunizations are up to date as required by the state. And second, if your child needs any medication at school, just remember that an adult has to bring it directly to the school nurse with all the proper paperwork filled out. And a huge heads up for our high school families, especially our seniors. This is a big one. Completing the FAFSA, that's the free application for federal student aid, is now an official graduation requirement.
All right, we're in the home stretch. Let's talk about how we can all work together this year. Our last section is all about how you can get connected and involved to partner with the district and make this a truly great year for your student.
So, after hearing all that, you're probably thinking, okay, that's a lot of info. What do I actually need to do right now? What's my back-to-school to-do list?
Well, we've boiled it down to this essential parent checklist. Number 1, please pop into the PowerSchool Parent Portal and update your emergency info. Number 2, get that super important school meal application or opt-out form completed online. For our high school families, jot down those dates for the FAFSA info sessions. And finally, for pretty much everything else, make sure to check out the HTSD Family Hub on the district website.
You know, we started this whole thing talking about the class of 2038, who are just beginning their incredible journey with us. So we'll leave you with this one final thought. As the school year kicks off, how are we, all of us, going to work together to build their future? Thanks so much for tuning in, and here's to an absolutely outstanding school year for everyone.